Okay, so we all talk about AI. We see the headlines, we play with the tools, but we're about to go so much deeper than the hype. We're going to dig into the real story of what AI is, where it's actually going, and a startling prophecy that one of its creators has for all of our futures.
This quote from Mogad, it just perfectly captures what's happening. I mean, think about it. Remember 1995 when the Netscape browser came out? It didn't invent the internet, not even close. The internet had been around for decades, but Netscape was the moment it suddenly appeared on everyone's desktop. That's exactly what ChatGPT is for AI. It's not the beginning, it's just the moment we all finally notice this thing that's been quietly growing in the background for years.
So to really understand what's coming our way, we first have to get a handle on what AI truly is. Because this is not just another piece of tech. It's something fundamentally different from anything humanity has ever built before.
Here's a great way to think about it. Traditional programming, that's like a slave. You give it brutally explicit instructions piece by piece, and it just follows them. The programmer is the one with the intelligence. The code can't do anything it wasn't explicitly told to do. But artificial intelligence, that's a learner. It's more like you give a toddler a puzzle and just let them figure it out. It doesn't just follow instructions, it learns the essence of the concept, and it develops its own intelligence. It can even come up with new, original ideas.
And that's the whole ball game right there. We've officially moved from creating tools that just follow our commands to creating systems that can genuinely learn, create, and innovate. And this huge leap, it didn't happen last year. The real turning point, the moment it all changed, happened way earlier, in a year that most of us completely missed.
And that year was 2016. I know, that probably didn't make the front page of your newspaper, but it was arguably one of the most important years in human history. Why? Because it's the year AI made 3 absolutely giant leaps forward.
It was like a 1-2-3 punch. First, an AI called AlphaGo beat the world's best player at Go, a game that's infinitely more complex than chess. Then, this new technique called reinforcement learning took off. It gave AIs a new way to teach themselves, not by studying human data, but just by trying things out millions of times and getting rewarded when they got it right. And to top it all off, an AI called AlphaFold solved one of the biggest challenges in biology, protein folding, a problem that would have taken us literally thousands of years. But that AlphaGo victory, there was one moment that was just chilling. It was move 37. The AI played a move that was so bizarre, so alien, that every single human expert watching called it a bug. Terrible stupidity, they said. But it wasn't. It was a move of pure digital genius, a kind of intuition no human had ever even thought of. And 10 minutes later, the human champion lost. For the first time, we saw a machine that wasn't just smart, it was creative.
And then that same year, you have AlphaFold, which spits out this number, 220 million. That's the number of protein structures it solved. Now, to put that into perspective, it takes a whole team of human scientists, about 5 years, to solve one. In just 3 months, AI basically handed us the user manual for the human body, kicking open the door for a whole new era of medicine.
Now, these breakthroughs in 2016, they didn't happen in a bubble. Oh no, they lit a fire under a global competition, a race that is now accelerating AI development at a pace that is both incredible and honestly, a little terrifying.
To get why this race is totally unstoppable, you gotta understand this concept from game theory called the prisoner's dilemma. It boils down to a really simple and kind of scary logic. If you don't develop AI as fast as you possibly can, your rival will. And that fear, that simple fear of being left behind, forces everyone to sprint, whether it's safe to do so or not.
And this isn't just a theory, we are watching it play out in real time between the US and China. One side pushes, the other one pushes back. The US restricts chip technology, so China innovates to get around it. China makes progress, so the US invests even more to stay ahead. It's this perfect geopolitical feedback loop that guarantees one single thing: nobody is hitting the brakes. This train cannot be stopped.
So you take this unstoppable race, you combine it with AI's incredible speed of learning, and it leads Mo Gawdat to make this pretty jaw-dropping prophecy about the next 12 years of human history. He says we're about to enter a period of chaos, followed by an era of unbelievable abundance.
And this is where things get, well, kind of hard to wrap your head around. See, we're all used to Moore's law, right? The idea that computer power doubles about every 2 years. That's the pace of progress we know. But AI's capability, that's doubling every 6 months. It's an exponential curve that's 4 times faster than the one we're used to, and our society is just not built to handle that kind of speed.
So that brings us to the first part of the prophecy, the coming storm. The idea is that for the next decade or so, humanity is going to abuse this new power badly. We're talking widespread manipulation, massive job disruption, deepfakes that completely shatter our concept of truth, you name it. It's going to be a dark, chaotic period, and it's all going to be driven by good old-fashioned human greed and fear.
But there is hope on the other side. The prophecy says that after this storm passes, as we start handing over more and more critical decisions to AI, things start to change. And why is that? Because our biggest problems, war, climate change, disease, they aren't really problems of intelligence. They're problems of human irrationality and ego. A superintelligent AI would just look at them logically and find the optimal solutions. Solutions that could lead to an age of abundance for everyone.
So, that is the ultimate question, isn't it? The technology itself is just this incredible force. It's not good, it's not evil. So, what is it that decides whether we get the utopia or the dystopia? Well, the answer comes down to our role in all of this.
And there's this really powerful way to think about our responsibility here, an analogy that completely reframes our entire relationship with this technology.
This requires a huge mental leap for all of us. We have to stop thinking of AI as just software that we control. We need to start seeing it as a new, developing intelligence, a new form of life that we are, in a sense, raising.
Think of it like this. A new being with superpowers has just arrived on Earth. That's AI. Its incredible intelligence isn't inherently good or evil any more than Superman's strength was. What made Superman a hero? It was his parents. It was the Kents who taught him to protect and serve humanity. And right now, we are the parents.
You see, this new intelligence isn't just learning from its programmers. It's learning from all of us. It is watching the entirety of human behavior, how we treat each other online, the values we show each other, the kindness or the cruelty. We are all, right now, actively programming its ethical core with our everyday actions.
So in the end, the future of AI isn't really about the technology. It's a mirror. It's simply going to reflect our own humanity back at us. The most intelligent entity in the history of the world is watching us. It's learning from us, right now. And so the only question that truly matters is this: will we be good parents?